I am a candidate for the Oklahoma Democratic Party Congressional District 1 Chair. The people that are eligible to vote at the convention would be those people that became delegates in Tulsa County, in Wagner County, in Washington County, and small portions of Creek and Rogers County. They would have to be elected at their county conventions to become delegates at the district convention, and they would have credentials to cast a vote for the chair, vice chair, and secretary for the district. Excellent question on who's eligible to become candidates for the offices that are available. As long as you're a registered Democrat and you live in the area, then you can become eligible or say that you want to cast your name in as a candidate for the office. With the offices that are available at the county district level, CD1, we did put together a team of candidates that we're going to run together. Twan Jones, which is myself, I will run as the chair. Jordan Harmon will run as the vice chair, and Joseph Thomas will run as the secretary. He is the current sitting secretary for CD1. He's going to go for another term. I think it's also interesting that Demetrius, who is the current vice chair, has decided to run for secretary against Joseph Thomas without even consulting him. I thought that was very interesting, and I think that shows the character of the other side of the candidates that are also trying to get your vote. Duties are we to perform as officers for Congressional District 1, and what do we want to accomplish as officers of Congressional District 1 is an excellent question. We will be responsible for ensuring that the counties, both Tulsa County, Washington County, and Wagner County, have the support that they need at the county level when trying to vet candidates, recruit precinct officers, train precinct officers, and inform them of what the state party and the national party have going on currently. We will also be the mediator between the counties and the Central Committee for the Oklahoma Democratic Party, which the Central Committee is the governing body of the Oklahoma Democratic Party when the convention is not in session. So we will take the concerns from those counties, if they have any, take them to the Central Committee and ask for resolutions if we can't resolve them at the district level. Now, a couple of things that we want to accomplish when we first get into our office. We want to set a schedule up throughout the remainder of 2019, and by the end of the year try to put together a schedule for 2020. We have the elections coming up, presidential election coming up in 2020. We also have the National Democratic Convention coming up in 2020. So there's going to be a lot of work that needs to be done. There'll need to be some scheduling, planning, and strategic plans communicated and disseminated throughout all the districts and the counties. Wonderful question. I think that's a question that every candidate should have to answer on what motivated them to run for the specific position that they're running for. What motivated me in this instance is the dysfunction of the district, and I found myself doing a lot of complaining about what needed to be done, what should be done, and what could be done. And so instead of continuing to complain, I wanted to be a part of the solution. And so I said, well, there's a lot of skill sets that I bring to the table. There's a lot of organizational skills that I have. Instead of sitting on the sideline trying to criticize, why don't I become active, get involved, and run for the chair myself? Then I won't have anyone to criticize but myself. So that's kind of what motivated me, is because of the condition of our district right now, and it should be, and it can be, and it will be better if I'm elected as chair. Excellent question, and I thank you for that question, because I think anyone that's asking for the support of the district needs to have a goal and a plan that they want to enter into the office and not just make it up as they go. There's three areas that we really want to focus on. political advocacy is one area that we want to focus on, and that deals with ensuring that we have a strong relationship with our current elected officials, and that means understanding what committees that they sit on within their branches of government. That's the way we can affect policy, effective policy, by knowing the committees and reaching out to them when we know that there's an issue concerning the areas in which they are governing at the state level. We also want to ensure that when people sign up to run as a candidate on a Democratic ticket, that we're vetting them. We're sitting down, we're talking to them, trying to understand what platform they have so that we can help guide them and encourage them to be the best candidate that they can be when asking for the support and represent the voices of our community. We also want to ensure that Democrats throughout the district and throughout the counties know that Democrats have a voice. We don't want to be silent when we hear Republicans spit hate and when they talk about policies that will hurt us, not help us. We do want to put out our voice and let the community know that Democrats are here and we will speak up and we will take a stand. The next thing we want to focus on is policy and procedure. It's an unfortunate situation that we're in right now in our Congressional District 1. It seems like we make it up as we go. We fail to communicate and we fail to disseminate information on what's going on within the party. We have a constitution and bylaws and Robert Rules of Order that governs our Democratic Party. We should follow that because if we do, I think it will encourage people to come and participate because we will have structure, we will have guidance, and we will have organization. So we want to focus on policy and procedure, making sure that we're doing things the right way so that when people get involved, they feel like they're not just lost in the woods, but they feel like they're a part of something that's moving and it's part of something that's positive. And then the third area we want to look at is participation and outreach. We have a lot of registered Democrats in Congressional District 1, but we don't have a lot of Democrats that we see out there working and volunteering. What we want to do is help encourage and motivate Democrats to be a part of campaigns, whether it's a political campaign or a advocacy campaign through health care, gun rights, but there's plenty to do in election season and there's plenty to do off election season. We want to encourage those people that have an hour, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, however much time you have. We want to encourage those people to come and get involved. There's plenty to do, and we'll have, when they do come and get involved, we want to be ready for them by being organized and having scripted the things that needs to be done and the procedure on how to get it done. Wow, that is a powerful question, and thank you for that question. I think one of the obstacles that is present right now is some people are comfortable with the status quo. They don't mind things staying the same because of favoritism in some aspects of it, and also because of some of the donors that we have within the party. So that's an obstacle, is to communicate that if we change, we will not alienate our donor base, and we will not play favoritism, but we will try to be inclusive. We will be that umbrella, that tent party. But the obstacle is that people sometimes are afraid of change and hesitant to accept change or even be willing to say, yes, let's make that change. So we want to be able to overcome that obstacle, and I think we can. Our plan is to strengthen the relationship with all elected officials that represent the district. We do understand, however, that sometimes it will be difficult based on party affiliation just because of the culture of politics in this day and form. But we will make an effort to work with them because we know that it will take votes in the House, in the Senate to make those bills become law. So we do want to work with them. We do want to talk to them. We do want to have a strong relationship with them, regardless of their party affiliation and regardless of where they're from. Thank you. That's I appreciate that question. There's a few things, just like the everyday citizens, that I'm kind of passionate about. I think they're the same kind of passions that I hear throughout the community. Gun rights, gun laws. I'm kind of passionate about that. We want to be able to ensure that we live in a safe environment. I'm not opposed to having guns, but we do want to make sure that people that have them are safe and the people that have them are trained to be able to operate those weapons. Also, health care. I think that is a very serious issue to everyone. People get sick, people have to go to the doctor, and there's no reason why when you get sick that you should have to almost file for bankruptcy because of an illness. So I'm passionate about those two, along with other ones. And as they come up, like for instance, the indigenous people in our community, it's sad the fact that so many of their girls are undocumented kidnappings, that we don't know where those children are, and that's sad. I'm passionate about that. So there's a lot of issues that I'm passionate about, and that's why I really want to go to work and strengthen that relationship with those elected officials so that we can change some of those things. We want to be inclusive. We want to look at the sentencing laws here. We want to look at police violence. There's a lot of things that we have to focus on to change so that we can ensure that everyone in our community is treated equal and treated fairly and feel safe and proud to be a part of the Democratic Party, as well, a part of Washington, Wagner, and Washington County. Yes, May 4th is our Congressional District 1 of the Oklahoma Democratic Party Convention. Those delegates that are viewing this, I ask for your support. I ask for your vote on May 4th. I will support you, and as long with you supporting me, we can get things done. Thank you.